Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the next topic in the chapter 2, Adobe PageMaker. So this is the second video in chapter 2. So these are all the topics we are going to cover in this video, starting from the text block. So text block is nothing but a block which holds the text. Which holds a block which holds the text is called the text block. A text block can be created using the tool T, that is text. By clicking this tool, click at one point and drag say for example from here to here. So the text block will be generated. So you will be having the resizing button and you will be having a small cap shape both in the top and bottom of the text block. So in this the cursor will be waiting, the insertion pointer will be waiting. So this is how we will be creating the text block. So the next one is moving the text block. So how we can move the text block? By moving the cursor to the any part of the inside the text block, click the left mouse button and drag to whichever place we need. So this is how the text block is moved. If you click and drag from here to here means the text block will be moved. Moved in the sense the original place there won't be any text block. So it will remove from the place, from the source place, and it will be placed in the original destination place. It will remove from the original place. So that is the meaning of the move. So it is not copying the text block. Okay. So the next one is resizing the text block. So here you have a text block. You can resize by clicking the resizing button. You can click and drag. So it will get resized in any one point. If you want to drag towards downward means either you can use this point or this point. The entire block will get resized. So this is how the resizing of text block is done. So the next one is splitting the text block into two. Splitting into two. You will be having a cap shape here. You have to click this. When you click this, a small red color triangle will be there. A small red color triangle will be there inside that small cap. So you have to click again that triangle and you have to click and drag to split the text block. So this is how we will be splitting the text block. So you have to move the mouse pointer to the bottom handle. You call it as a handle, both top handle and the bottom handle. When you move the mouse pointer to the handle and click, you will be seeing a red color triangle inside the handle. You have to click that handle and drag to the necessary place. So this text block will be splitted. So you will be having two text blocks. Like that you can split as many text blocks as you want. So the next one is rejoining the splitted text block. So we have splitted the text block. I want to revoke the action. So I have to rejoin the splitted text block. So first step, you have to click the bottom handle of the second text block, not the first one, bottom handle of the second text block. So you have to click and drag towards upwards and drag towards upwards. Either you can drag towards upwards till the first bottom handle, or you can click the bottom handle of the first text block to downwards if necessary. So like this we can rejoin the splitter text block. So the next one is placing the text in the text block. Placing in the sense it is importing the text. Importing the text from the Word document or any other text document. So similarly, you can select File, Open, and you will be having the Open dialog box. You can select the file and click Open. So before doing this, you have to do one thing. So what we have to do is click the handle. Click the handle and you will be able to see the red triangle inside it, and if you again click it, a loading symbol like this, loading the text symbol will be viewed, will be seen there. So once the loading symbol is seen there, is available there, you can do this, you can select this option. So File, Open, select the file and click Open. Now the text will be imported to the text block, whichever text block you have selected. So this is how you will be placing the text block you will be importing the text in the text block. You can also place the text, you can also import the text manually. So how you can do? You can, with the loaded icon, loaded text icon, so click at the left corner or wherever place you need, click and drag to have a text block. A text block will be created with the text, loaded text, and you will be having the handle, and you will be able to see a downward triangle, red triangle. So which means the text are more with the text block. So the text are still there to be loaded. So text are still there to be loaded. So it means that the text are still there to be loaded. So again click this, a loaded icon symbol will be coming. So again click and drag. Once if you don't see this red triangle, it means the text all fitted into the text block. Until you see the red triangle, you have to create new text block to fill all the content inside the text block. This is how you will be creating the you will be importing the text manually. So you can also do automatically. Once the loaded icon is found, you can select layout auto flow. You can select layout auto flow, or you will be having a symbol, a curved arrow, that is squiggly arrow. It is a curved arrow. You will be able to see this icon symbol in the toolbar, not the toolbox. In the toolbar, you can also select that. option also for automatic importing the text into the text block. So the next one is understanding the story. Understanding the story. PageMaker story is nothing but similar to the newsletter magazine. How in a newspaper you will be the front page of the newspaper, you will be having some major headings and you will be noted the page numbers. So which you can see in detail, about the major headings. So like this they have created the PageMaker story similar to the newsletter, so that you can able to view about the PageMaker in this PageMaker story similar to the newsletter magazine. So the next one is threading the text block. So threading the text block. So threading is nothing but connecting the text block. So connecting the text block. So these are the two text block we have. So if a text block is getting connected, you will be having a plus symbol. It means these two text blocks got connected. So the text inside this, the first text block, will flow to the second. Text block. Connecting the text block like this is threaded, and the text flow from one text block to the other is called threading. Text that flows from one or more text block is called as story. So this is the definition for story, PageMaker story. So the next one is unthreading the text block. So we have threaded the text block. So we have to know unthreading the text block. There are two methods to unthread the text block. So in addition, you have another text block. Assume that say for example, these three text blocks are threaded. The text flows from each text block in each text block. So we have to unthread the text block. So just select the text block, press Ctrl X, that is cut. I am cutting this, removing this text block. Again I repaste it. So again the text block will appear, but all the text block, threaded text block will disconnected. That is the reason for cutting, removing the text block and again pasting the text block. So this is one type of method. So what is the another type? This is similar. Rather selecting the text block, you can select the text. And do the same process. Cut and repaste. So again the text block will get unthreaded. So this is the second method. One thing we have to note in this unthreading the text block. Say for example, all these text are flowing in these three text blocks. If you are unthreading a text block, Say for example the second one, middle one. The second one will get unthreaded, whereas the first and third one will get threaded, will get connected. So this is the thing we have to focus on while unthreading the text block, because the text flows in all the three text blocks. So we have to keep in mind whether we are unthreading the correct thread block. So this is the major point we have to have in mind while unthreading. So the next one is text in frame. So you can place the text not even in the text block. You can also place the text in a text frame, that is frame tool. Using the frame tool, we have three frame tools. This is the rectangle tool, this is the frame tool. You must know, you must be able to identify which is the frame tool. Okay. So likewise, we have ellipse and polygon. So you can use any one of the frame tool. So you can select any one of the frame tool. Draw the frame. Say for example, I take rectangle frame tool. Again, similarly, how you import the text. So similarly, you can open the file. First, you have to select the frame. You will be having the resizing option. File, open, and you have to select the document or the text document, whichever needed, and click open. The text will be placed inside the frame. So this is how we can place the text inside the frame. So the next one is linking frames. So linking the text in a second frame. Linking the text in a second frame. How to link the text from one frame to the other. So here we have the first frame. In this also you will be having the cap. First, we have to draw the second frame. So the next is similarly how we load the text by clicking the handle. So a triangle will be available there. While clicking on this, the loading symbol, text load icon will be available there. So once you load the text, click on the second frame. So with the loaded text, when you click the second frame, automatically the text flows to the next frame also. So this is how we link the frame. Once the text gets flowed, the icon will change into plus. So the icon will change into plus inside the handle. So the next one is text in a text block to a frame. So the next is the text in a text block to a frame. First, we have to draw the frame whichever needed. Next, we have to select the text. Say for example, I have the text in a text block. So I have to select the text. So by pressing the shift key, select the frame. By pressing the shift key, once the text got selected, by pressing the shift key, select the second frame. select the frame. Select the frame where you want to insert the text. Now both the text and the frame got selected. Go to the menu, element, frame, attach content. Once you give this, automatically the text, selected text will be placed in the frame, from the text block to the frame. So this is how we are going to convert the text in a text block to a frame. So the next one is separating the text. We have converted, we have added the text from the text block into a frame. So we have to separate it. Similarly, select the frame, element, frame, delete content. So the content will get erased. So the content will get separated and erased. So this is how we will separate the content inside the frame. So the next one is save, close and opening a document. Saving a document, Control plus yes, or we can go with file, save, or you can select the floppy disk. By doing this, you are overwriting the existing document. For the first time, it will ask for the new name. For the second time and the upcoming times, it will never ask for the new name. It will overwrite the existing already saved document. So to save a new document, to have a copy of the old document, we can use save as option. File, save as. So we can create a duplicate copy or a new copy of the document using save as option. So closing a document. File, exit, or you can press Alt F4. So to close the current window, we use the shortcut key Alt plus F4. This also you can use the file exit to close the document. If the document is not saved, so it will be asking to save in the existing already existed document, or it will ask to discard. It will ask for not to save. So we have to select either two options. So we have to select with the save already in the existing document, or we can discard the changes. We can omit the changes. So next is opening and existing document. File, open, and open dialog box, open setup dialog box will open. You can select from various locations wherever the file is placed and click open to open the document. And the last one is moving, scrolling and formatting the character or text. So moving around the document, you can move around the document by using the arrow keys. By using the arrow keys or home end. Say for example, if I press this up arrow without any additional keys, it will move up one line. So if I press the up arrow with control, by pressing the control key, if I press the up arrow means it will go to the start of the document. It will go to the start of the paragraph. It will go to the start of the paragraph. Whereas when you press simply the home key, it will go to the start of the line. When you press control plus home key, it will go to the start of the document. Control plus up arrow, start of the paragraph. Similarly, we can use the left and right arrow. When you press control plus left arrow, it will move forward, move backward. Left arrow, move backward to start of the text. Say for example, my cursor is available here. If I press control plus left arrow, it will move a word before. It will check whether the space is there. If not, the space is there means it will go here. If space is there between the arrow and the save means the cursor will wait here. One step backward towards the word. So this is how the moving in and around the document happens. Next one is the scrolling the document. There are two scroll bars. So you have seen that two scroll bars. One is the vertical scroll bar and another one is the horizontal scroll bar. So you can using the scroll bars. You can scroll the document using the scroll bars. Next one is formatting the character. Formatting the character. You can say for example, I have this text. I have a text like this. So I have to change the font of the text or each and every character, a single character like that. So I have to select the text which is to be formatted. Either I can use the formatting option in the toolbar, or I can use it in the character control palette. Character control palette. To open that, we can go with element. You can select character control palette. So if I want to give the color, so you can select the text and you can choose the color option in the toolbar, or you can select from the element. Not from the element, it is from the window. Please change it in the character also. character control palette also will be in the window option, window menu only. From there you can select the color palette. This is how you will be formatting the characters and the text. So the text can be, the font can be changed of the text, and the text can be bold, made bold or italic or underlined. The font size can be increased or decreased. It can be indented towards left, right, center, and justification. So all these things can happen in the character control palette, and also in the toolbar. So this is all about the topics which we have covered in this video. In the next video, let us continue the remaining topic of the chapter 2. Thank you.